Hello, and welcome to our summer 2024 pre-college programs live Q&A session. I'm Tressa Gennati, Associate Director of Tufts University's pre-college programs, and we are excited to take you through tonight's overview of our college experience pre-college programs. We hope tonight's session will help you learn more about our academically challenging and uniquely rewarding summer programs, including our Tufts Summer Accelerator, Tufts College Experience, and our always popular selection of courses at Tufts for high schoolers. Additionally, we will discuss our art programs, including Graphic Design Bootcamp and Studio Art. Not only do we have a lot of great information for you tonight, but we are also looking forward to letting you drive the second half of this session by asking questions. As we talk through each of the programs tonight, please feel free to enter any questions in the Q&A section, and we will keep track to make sure we answer all of your questions. With that, let's get started and meet the rest of the team. Which is just us two. So for those of you who are just now joining, I am Tressa Gennati, Associate Director of Tufts University's pre-college programs.
Great. And I'm Abigail Terrian, or Abby Terrian, and I'm a program administrator here with Tufts pre-college programs.
All right. And now I'll take you through tonight's agenda. So first we'll review our Tufts College Experience, Tufts Summer Accelerator, and courses at Tufts for high schoolers. Then we'll provide an overview of our art programs with the School of Museum of Fine Arts. And next I will turn things over to Abby as she will take you through the high-level details of our signature summer program, Tufts College Experience.
Great. Thanks, Tressa. Hello again, and welcome again to learn a little bit more about the Tufts College Experience program. So I'd like to share a little bit about this 6-week summer program that Tufts offers. It's Tufts College Experience, or TCE as we call it. This curated college preparatory program is open to rising sophomores, juniors, and seniors who are looking to immerse themselves in an authentic college experience. As the foundation of the program, students enroll in 2 4-credit courses out of over 50 courses available to high school students offered this summer. Through TCE, you can explore new subject areas and take a class that is not generally offered in high school, like Wanderers in Space, Exploration, and Discovery. Or you can knock out some of your future undergrad requirements with a class like Calculus 1. Most of our classes are regular undergraduate courses taught by Tufts' world-renowned faculty. Do note that we provide Tufts credits for these courses, but if you don't enroll at Tufts, you'll need to check with your institution to see if they accept the courses for their specific curriculum requirements. We also offer 4 pre-college Hallmark courses that are college-level courses. So take a brief moment, look at what a typical week might look like for a TCE student. Keep in mind that your schedule will vary based on your course workshop and selection. Remember, these are full-fledged undergrad courses. Typically, each course will require a substantial amount of work out of class each week. Now I'll turn things over to Tressa, our Associate Director, to talk about our 2-week program, this Tufts Summer Accelerator.
Thanks, Abby. Yes, here we have our Tufts Summer Accelerator. So this program has a lot of similarities to our Tufts College Experience program, but it's in a shorter format. So the Accelerator will be offered in residential, commuter, or virtual modalities. This program is broken into 2-week sessions where you can choose to take up to 2 2-week sessions for a total of 4 weeks. During the program, students will choose 2 focus seminars from a wide variety of topics, including anything from responsible AI to social justice in engineering. These seminars really represent the breadth of the research being conducted at Tufts, as they stem from real studies conducted by the faculty who are teaching the seminar. In addition to academic seminars, like in Tufts College Experience, students will also participate in social activities and Friday college prep sessions, which include afternoon tours of colleges and universities, as well as admissions-related sessions. So we can go to the next slide. Great. So, our goal for the Tough Summer Accelerator is to give students an opportunity to really explore their academic interests while having that same immersive college experience that Tufts college experience offers. But for those students who might not be able to commit to a full 6 weeks, we also know that college prep is important to many of our students. So, they will have a chance to join those critical Friday sessions and get a leg up on their college application process. As you can see, the sample schedule is quite simple. Students take a morning seminar during the morning block, break for lunch, and then resume with the afternoon seminar. The rest of the time involves social activities and leisure time. The exception is Friday when the students join Tufts College Experience for the College Prep 101 session. So I'll kick it over to Abby.
Thanks again, Tressa. Through CATS, students can enroll for courses for high school students this summer across the 2 sessions, most of which are Tufts undergraduate courses taught by Tufts faculty and staff. Students can earn up to 8 credits per session. The full list of courses may be found at courses.tufts.edu. Currently, you'll be able to choose from on-campus, hybrid, and many virtual courses this summer. Students will receive Tufts credit upon successful completion of the courses and may request a transcript at the end of the program. Enrollment in any Session 2 course at Tufts allows students to take advantage of the college prep workshops. Our admission essay writing workshop is available to CATH students free of charge. CATH students may also enroll in the College Prep 101 workshop for an additional fee. A feature of courses at Tufts for high schoolers is our pre-college hallmark courses, which include health science honors, foundations of law and ethics, bioinformatics, inquiry through sequencing, and writing persuasive prose, designed specifically for high schoolers, which are meant to bridge the gap between high school and college. These are taught by brilliant visiting faculty who have experience designing courses for a high school-aged audience. These are top quality courses taught by world-renowned Tufts faculty who are among the most respected members of their fields. Now we'll hear from Carolyn Colonna, Associate Director of Continuing Education at the School of Museum of Fine Arts.
Hi, I'm Carolyn Colonna, Associate Director of Continuing Education for SMFA, the School of the Museum of Fine Arts at Tufts University. I oversee 2 Tufts pre-college art programs, the SMFA Studio Art Intensive and the SMFA Graphic Design Bootcamp. I will start by sharing information about our Studio Art Intensive. This on-campus program is open to high school students entering grades 10 through 12, as well as class of 2024 graduates. Students must be 15 years old by the start of the program. This program is designed for high school artists considering pursuing art as a college major or even a career path, helping them elevate their practice, refine their techniques, and grow their art portfolio. As you will see noted on the screen, the Studio Art program runs for 3 weeks in July. Students who enroll in the residential program will get the full Tufts University experience by living on campus in one of Tufts undergraduate dorms on the Medford-Somerville campus. We know that for some students, living on campus is not the best option, so we also offer the opportunity to enroll in the Studio Art program as a commuter. Taught in a highly collaborative manner, students will be encouraged to blur the lines between disciplines. Led by a team of qualified artists and educators, all students will get instruction on advancing technical skills in drawing, painting, sculpture, and animation, allowing students to create portfolio pieces that are conceptually rich, intentional works of art. Group discussions and critiques led by instructors, visits to the SMFA Art Library, and field trips to local museums such as Museum of Fine Arts, Boston, and the Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum will encourage students to think deeply about what it means to make art. This program serves as a great test drive for art school, with many hours spent in specialized studio spaces, interacting with other young artists, and diving headfirst into the creative process. For those students preparing to apply to art college, this program gives participants the opportunity to work directly with SMFA admissions representatives who will review and hone their art portfolio and to gain understanding of the art school application process. The program concludes with a final open studio open studio exhibition, allowing students to experience curating and installing their work while sharing their art with friends, families, and members of the SMFA community. I'll also share with you a few examples of previous student artwork. Here you will see examples of the drawing and painting work that students have created throughout our program. Next are a few examples of the three-dimensional work that students have created. And on our last slide, I'm sharing a few examples of students hard at work within the studios and during their open studio exhibition. Next up is the SMFA Graphic Design Bootcamp. This fully virtual online program is open to high school students entering grades 10 through 12, as well as class of 2024 graduates. Students must be 15 years old by the start of the program. This one-week program is designed for all creative types, including those intrigued by digital design, those interested in creative writing, and those interested in enhancing their visual communication skills. The program takes a unique interdisciplinary approach to graphic design, including aspects of psychology, language, and visual arts. Instruction will focus on translating messages and ideas into digital designs using tools in the Adobe Creative Cloud suite. As students work on their projects, they'll also get a glimpse into the graphic design field as a career through talks with professional designers and artists alike. Each day will include a mix of technical instruction and time for independent and group work, as well as experiential learning opportunities like roundtables and artist talks. The week will wrap up with a group review and a virtual show, allowing participants to get vital feedback from their peers, as well as celebrate their work. Most importantly, the program will connect young creatives from across the globe for a taste of online learning and growth through creative expression. We'll also share a few examples of past student work in the Graphic Design Bootcamp. The examples on the far left and right represent surrealist dreamscape-style self-portraits. In the center is a poster design visually representing student interests. And in the bottom left is a logo project in which students use their initials and elements important to themselves to create a personal brand. On this slide, these are examples of infographics where students learn how to visually communicate information and data.
All right. So here we are at the point where we get into one of the most important steps in our process, getting ready for the application. First things first, you'll head to our application landing page to register for your account. You can find that link on our program website at Apply Now. Once you've registered, you can log into the system and start your application. You'll put in some basic personal information, family information, and then you'll select your program. To supplement your application, you will be required to provide contact information for a recommender and a school official who will upload your transcript. Some programs may require additional application materials, such as lab preferences, a brief personal statement, or information regarding your level of experience in a particular content area. As part of the application process, your parents will also need to complete the parent permission form. Your parents or guardians will also need to complete the parent permission form. Additionally, your recommender and school official will be prompted to upload your letter of recommendation and transcript respectively. Once we've received these materials, we will return your admissions decision within 10 business days. Upon admission, you'll be asked to submit your deposit and some enrollment forms, followed by full payment. And just like that, you'll be ready to study with us here at Tufts Pre-College Programs. So now I will turn things over to you all for our Q&A portion of the evening.
I see one question in the chat about will there be weekend activities for students who are in the college experience program for students who are on campus as residential students? And the answer is yes. We have a residential team who create excursions during the week, smaller excursions, and then larger excursions on the weekends for our students. So in the past, students have gone to Boston for a day trip, on a field trip to the beach. There are different opportunities for students to opt into more residential excursions that they will have been provided by their residential team.
Great. There is also a question we are interested in the studio program. Can you discuss what you look for when reviewing applicants' portfolio? How many students does the program admit? So I will say we're looking for art portfolio or at least 3 pieces of artwork. We have students who sometimes submit more than that. So if you're looking to show a wide variety of artwork, please feel free to submit additional work. The program currently admits 45 students. So yeah, and then if you have additional questions, please feel free to reach out to us at precollege.tufts.edu.
I also see a question about if a student would be able to take a coding academy course and another course, and then also attend the college prep program. So you're more than welcome to apply to more than one program, and you can participate in one of our intensives or more than one of our intensives as long as the dates don't conflict. But if you have specific questions about specific courses, just given that, for example, our coding academy course is typically going from 9 to 5 each day, there may be conflicts within, attending a course that you're interested in as well. So please feel free to reach out to us at precollege.tufts.edu with specific questions.
Great. I also see a question related to the studio art program. Are there scholarships available for the studio art program? If yes, how does that work? So yes, we do have a limited pool of financial aid available. Aid is distributed on a first come, first served basis with those demonstrating a high level of need. And these are for our domestic students. Unfortunately, we cannot provide financial aid to our international students. So yes, we do have a limited pool available for our studio art program. And if you have additional questions, please feel free to reach out to us at precollege@tufts.edu.
I see a couple of questions about the materials that we ask you to submit during the application process. So I see one around who the letter of recommendation can be from, and it can be from someone who can highlight your strengths and abilities that would, take you through this program. So that could be from your school art teacher, as you mentioned. It could be from another teacher, a counselor, a mentor. Really someone who can highlight your strengths and abilities. And then I saw another question about transcripts that we ask for. We only accept transcripts that come from a school representative that you'll list on your application when filling out the general application. And they can upload that via the email request link that they'll be sent after you've put that into your application. I also see a question about, are there counselors or residential advisors? There are. So when you receive more information, and this relates to another question in the chat about your housing arrangement, you'll know when you get on campus who your residential coordinator is that is assigned to your specific living arrangements. And so you'll be able to contact them via the Band app with any questions or concerns that you have during your program time.
I also see a question about scholarships for additional programs. So we currently offer financial aid for all of our programs except our Leadership for Social Change, because there are some philanthropic efforts with that program specifically. All of our programs have a limited pool available. They're all first come, first serve to those with the highest level of demonstrated need. For our domestic students, we are unable, unfortunately, to provide aid to our international students. So if you are looking to apply for financial aid for our Tufts College Experience, our Tufts Summer Accelerator, or our courses at Tufts for high schoolers, please feel free to do so.
I see a question about what grade level students have to be in order to be eligible for the graphic design bootcamp program. And students must be entering grades 10 to 12 or having been a spring 2024 graduate. So having just graduated your senior year. And if you have any more questions about eligibility requirements, those are listed on the program pages on our website.
So I see, what grade in high school do you have to be in for the graphic design course? And this course is for students entering grades 10th to 12th grade, or you could be a spring 2024 graduate.
I saw another question about are social activities optional or mandatory? Those are opt-in opportunities, and if there's anything that program-wise is needed or is required, you'll be communicated. That will be communicated to you as well. I saw a question about the admissions process and our rolling admissions process. So for programs that are under that rolling admission operation, the earlier you submit an application, the better chance you have of getting accepted into the program. And we do turnaround decisions and let you know about the admissions decision within 10 business days of you having submitted all of your materials and having applied to the program. And I saw a question about the each grade level breakdown for our programs. So that can change year over year. And if you have any specific questions about specific programs, you can reach out to us at precollege.tufts.edu. I see a question about students being shuttled from our Medford campus to the School of Museum and Fine Arts. And so students typically in the mornings, they have their breakfast and then they'll meet outside to group up with their cohort of students who are going to the SMFA to get on the buses, head into Boston and go to that campus during the day. And then the sample schedule is on our website, on the Studio Art website page, if you want to take a look at that to see what a typical day might look like for students who are participating in that program.
Yeah, and we also have our residential coordinators who are with the students during the bus ride to and from Medford to the SMFA campus.
I see a question about if there is a recommendation form or should the recommender just submit a letter. There will be an email that goes out to the recommender that you list to their email that you provided in your application, just requesting that they submit their recommendation. If they don't receive that email or they sometimes the firewalls with schools can block that email. You just email us at precollege.tufts.edu and we can get that sorted for you. So they will receive some kind of communication from us asking them to submit their recommendation.
I see a question, how do the meals work? How do the students eat? So for our residential students who are living on campus, they will have access to our dining hall and will have access to 3 meals a day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, Monday through Friday. And then over the weekend, they'll have a brunch or lunch and dinner. So they will have access to the dining hall and will have 3 meals a day, Monday through Friday, and also meals over the weekend.
I saw a question about how students are assigned a roommate and how the roommate selection process works. So there is a post-enrollment form that appears on your portal after you've been admitted into the program and have paid your deposit. And it's called the residential survey. And once you've opened that document, you'll be able to see spaces where you can include any information about how you are as a roommate or any preferences that you have. And students are matched by program, gender, and age. And there's in that residential survey, you can also include, again, like any preferences or things that would be important to know about you as a roommate.
I was just going to speak to what is the typical schedule for studio arts. I'll give you a general overview, but you can also take a look at the website, which will give you access to a sample schedule. But I wanted to just touch on that students who participate in our studio art program get the opportunity to experience kind of 3 aspects of studio art. So there's the painting and drawing aspect, the 3D sculpture, and then media animation. And so students will rotate through these aspects throughout the 3-week program.
I saw a question about once you're admitted into the program, how many days you have to decide whether or not you'll attend. And this will be outlined in your admissions letter. So it'll let you know, how many you have to deposit for the program. And as programs, start to fill more quickly, we'll, communicate via email and on our website about what programs, are nearing to close or have closed, so that you have information about that as well. I saw a question about when students are on campus, will they be permitted to visit nearby cafes, or are they restricted to campus? So there is an optional offsite permission form that parents are able to respond to if they choose to allow their student to have offsite unsupervised permission. So that would mean in groups of 3, students communicate with their residential coordinator via the band app to let them know that, where they're going. And students would be traveling in groups of 3, but that's a post-enrollment form that is, optional and up to each family to decide whether or not that's right for their student.
So I see a question. What is the overall size of your pre-college programs? Are all subject areas the same size? So last year we had over 1,200 students who participated in our programs, and all of our programs have a different size based on the content, whether or not they're in a lab or the space that they're in general. So not all of our programs are the same size, but if you do have a question about the ratio of a specific program, please feel free to reach out to us at precollege.tufts.edu.
I saw a question about if any of the programs that we've mentioned are open to admitted students to Tufts for the class of 2028. So our programs currently and broadly are open to students who are entering grades 10 to 12 or graduating seniors this spring 2024. So unfortunately, no, but we appreciate your interest in Tufts pre-college programs, and welcome future Jumbo. It's great to have you.
So, okay, we have a question. Do the programs interact with each other? So, if you're a residential student living on the Medford campus, as Abby mentioned earlier, we do have activities that are planned, during the evenings and also on the weekends. So this would be an opportunity to meet folks who are not in your program and yeah, give you an opportunity to see Boston. They've gone to the beach, they've gone to some sports games. So this would give you an opportunity to see Boston and also make some new friends.
And I wanted to actually follow up too on my last answer. If you are a student who has just graduated this spring, you may be eligible for some of our programming. Sorry, the date's off the top of my head, 2028, 2024. So as long as you meet the eligibility requirements listed on our program page, you are welcome to apply. And I also saw a chat about how many applications we usually receive for studio arts and graphic design. And this can vary year to year. And we do offer rolling admission for those programs. So the earlier you are able to apply, the better chance you have of getting accepted.
So there's a question about whether or not students will be permitted to leave campus with relatives. And we spoke about some post-enrollment forms that students will be expected to submit if admitted to the program. One of these forms is an offsite permission form. And so if your guardian does grant you permission to leave campus, then you will be allowed to go forth and visit relatives or friends. But we will require the offsite permission form to be completed.
And I saw another question about if students in the studio art program get to visit colleges and admission essay workshops like the other pre-college programs. That's not currently designed within the studio art program right now because you are doing so much and your program is really robust and your time is really filled here. But if you have any other specific questions, you can always reach out to us at precollege.tufts.edu.
I don't see any other questions in the queue. Any additional questions you have, please feel free to reach out to us, precollege@tufts.edu.
Like Tressa said, as always, you can contact us following this call, and please feel free to follow us on your favorite social media channels to stay up to date with what is new at pre-college programs at Tufts. Thank you all so much.
Take care.